From a prison cell in Moscow, Brittney Griner holds up photos of her wife, Sherelle. It's been 160 days and counting since she's seen her, but that could change soon.
We put a substantial proposal on the table weeks ago.
The U.S. now proposing a potential prisoner swap to get Griner as well as imprisoned ex-Marine Paul Whelan home by giving up Viktor Bout, a notorious arms dealer nicknamed the Merchant of Death.
Paul Whelan and Brittney Griner, who've been wrongfully detained and must be allowed to come home.
Bout is serving a 25-year sentence for providing materials to a foreign terrorist organization. Moscow has pushed for his release for over a decade, saying he was unfairly targeted after his arrest in 2008 in Thailand by Interpol on behalf of the U.S. Officials here say the same thing about Griner and Whelan. Griner arrested in February for having cannabis oil in her bag at a Moscow airport. Whelan, accused of espionage, sentenced to 16 years after being arrested in 2018.
I did not plan or have the intent to bring any cannabis or banned substance to Russia.
Griner, who was born in Houston, testifying in court Wednesday. She's pleaded guilty, insisting she made a mistake. Lawyers arguing on her behalf, saying the WNBA star was prescribed cannabis for chronic pain. Former Marine Trevor Reed was imprisoned for almost 3 years in Russia, wrongfully detained until a prisoner swap between both countries weeks ago. His family lives in Granbury.
I think that they have a really good chance, especially considering the transparency that the administration has used in this.
But the question now, will Moscow take the deal? The U.S. and Russia expected to talk about the offer later this week. The country's foreign minister hasn't spoken to the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken since the war in Ukraine began. In Dallas, I'm Matt Howerton.